Welcome to Aspect of Alpha. I am your host, Thomas Topdecker. Join me today as we talk about Alpha in this series, Aspect of Alpha. But before we get to business, Timmy, today is your birthday, and I decided to get you a birthday present. I'm going to give you a choice. You have a choice of two beautiful magic cards right here. You can have this Alpha Lightning Bolt as your birthday present. This is a nice Alpha Lightning Bolt. Notice the condition here. I'd say it's about EX condition. Pretty nice. Not mint, not gradable or anything like that, but it's pretty good shape. Anyone would want to have this Alpha Lightning Bolt. Or you can have this very nice Beta Lightning Bolt. This Beta Lightning Bolt is in very similar condition. It's also slightly played. It's a very nice card, just like the Alpha Lightning Bolt. So Timmy, today being your birthday, I'm going to give you your choice. So choose now and tell me which lightning bolt you would like to purchase. Actually, you would like to get for free for your birthday. Which lightning bolt is it, huh? Well, what's the answer? And if you're smart, you're going to say, hey, Tommy, are you trying to scam me here? Because everybody knows that alpha cards are worth more than beta cards, right? Is that Alpha Lightning Bolt a fake card? No, it's not fake. Is that Alpha Lightning Bolt inked or something? No, it's not inked. They're both in lightly played EX condition. And you know what, Timmy? Your intuition is correct. Because today, in 2023, the Alpha Lightning Bolt is worth more than double the Beta Lightning Bolt. So no one in their right mind would choose that Beta Lightning Bolt today over that Alpha Lightning Bolt, considering you could sell that Alpha Lightning Bolt and probably buy two Beta Lightning Bolts in the same condition. So, Timmy, your intuition was right. You should definitely choose the Alpha today. And just for reference, I went ahead and I printed the prices. These are latest prices, fresh off the internet. You see the prices from CardKingdom, and we see that Alpha Lightning Bolt in lightly play condition from CardKingdom selling for about $720. The Beta Lightning Bolt about $320. All right, so yeah, definitely, Timmy, you are correct that you should be choosing that Alpha Lightning Bolt today. Today, Alpha is the answer. But hey, what about if we go back in time? Did people always prefer the Alpha Lightning Bolt, or was there a time when the Beta Lightning Bolt was just as good or even worth more? Well, you know what we can do, folks? We can get in our time machine, and we can go back to 1995. June 1995, InQuest magazine. This is the famous InQuest. It's published by the folks who made Wizard magazine. It was famously not a great magazine. The folks kind of publishing it didn't really... I don't know. I think they were Magic players maybe, but they didn't put as much effort into it as like Duelist or another magazine here. But one thing it is good for is prices. I mean, we can go back and see what prices were in 1995. So let's take a look here. We have the Alpha section. We'll go over to Red, and we'll see that Alpha Lightning Bolts in 1995 were selling for about $1 each. So $1 each, $1 for the Alpha Lightning Bolt in 1995. And but let's check the betas. All right, we go over this is beta here. Next page, Red. So we'll see the Beta Lightning Bolt here. Beta Lightning Bolt was selling for $1. All right, so back in 1995, basically the Alpha Lightning Bolt or the Beta Lightning Bolt both were $1. All right, well that's not very helpful. So they're about equal. You could choose one or the other. But let's look at some other cards, just for reference, some bigger cards maybe. Let's look at the Moxes, for example. All right, the Moxes Alpha, $175 each for the Alpha Moxes in 1995. The Beta Moxes in 1995 were about, $130 each. $130 each for the Beta. So the Alphas were modestly more, not quite double for the Alphas, but about 1.25, 1.3 times. The betas. And let's just look at one more card just for fun. Let's look up Birds of Paradise. How about that? Birds of Paradise, Beta Birds, because I have it open here. Beta Birds, $8. Blue means it went down recently. All right, so Beta Birds were $8. How much were Alpha Birds? Alpha Birds were $10. All right, so we see that back in 1995, maybe alpha cards were very modestly more expensive than beta cards, maybe a factor of 1.2, 1.3. And the reasons for that are various. We'll talk about that in a second. But hey, let's look at another point of reference. All right, we talked about 1995, the InQuest. What we can do now is check out another reference from a later year. Let's get in our time machine and go forward about 14 years to about actually 14 years ago. This is March 2009. This is Scrye. So Scrye was a magazine published since 1993 or 1994, and they had a good run. I think they ended around 2009, 2010, 2011, that era. But they had a good run, always publishing prices. I'd say it was probably a little bit better than InQuest on average, the quality of writing and so forth. So let's check the prices in 2009. Let's look at the alpha prices in 2009 versus the betas. All right. So we go here and we see alpha. All right, this is newsprint. Let's see. So we look at the alpha lightning bolt, right? So alpha lightning bolt here. $14 in lightly played condition. Let's see, $20 mint, $14 lightly played for the alpha lightning bolt, and for the beta lightning bolt, it's actually right here at the bottom. $18.75, $13.25. Okay, so alpha very modestly more expensive. Let's look at alpha Black Lotus. Alpha Black Lotus, $2,200, $1,800, $2,200 mint, $1,800 lightly played. Beta Black Lotus, $2,100, $16.95. Very, very modest. The price is almost the same. The price of these alpha cards almost the same as the price of the beta cards. Let's look at the Moxes now. You see the Moxes in mint condition. The price is $665 for the Emerald, up to $880 for the Sapphire. If you look at the beta Moxes, what do we have here? We look at the beta Moxes. We have we have about $640 for the Emerald, up to $925 for the Sapphire. So according to this price guide, the beta Mox is worth more than the alpha Mox back in 2009. And 2009 prices, according to Scrye, basically alpha is on parity with beta. There's no premium for alpha in 2009. Certainly, there's a small premium in 1995. And as we know today, in 2023, there is a premium for alpha. So what's that premium? Let's go take a closer look at CardKingdom and see what the premium is today in 2023. Okay, we're here with latest prices from CardKingdom. These are just prices I pulled down right now here in June 2023. And what do we see here? We have alpha prices on the left, beta prices on the right. And we'll just go ahead and look at the near mint prices just for comparison. We see Air Elemental Alpha going for nearly $400, whereas the beta goes for $75. That's a multiple of around 4x. Ancestral Recall, 28K versus 11K. So that's a multiple of more than 2x. Animate Artifact, you get a good multiple of about 5x right there for the alpha. Animate Dead, interesting, only a multiple of 2x, similar to Lightning Bolt. Animate Wall, we have, again, a multiple of about 5x. Ankh of Mishra, a multiple of about 2 to 3x. And there's some real outliers here. Look at Aspect of Wolf, for example. $1,800 against $229. So that's a multiple of about 7 or 8x just for the alpha card. Wow, that's a big multiple. That's a big difference. Other cards we don't see such a big multiple, like Badlands, for example. We see 5,000 for the beta near mint versus 8,000 for the alpha. Okay, so that's a multiple of less than 2. But I think on average, if we just look in general, we see the alpha multiple today. Alpha cards generally going for about on average, I'd say 2 to 3x. It can be much more, especially for cards that aren't playable. The duels are really the exception. Look at this. The alpha duel is just barely more than the beta. But if we look at the cards that aren't really playable, definitely the alpha is just steamrolling the beta. Like we see alpha Benelish Hero 70 versus beta $9. That's almost 10x multiple. Let's look at Lotus just for fun. We have of course these aren't in stock, but we have 160k versus 55k. So that's a multiple of 3x for Lotus, and that's a big difference in terms of dollars. Let's go to a different page. Let's go to page 3 just for fun. I might mess this up for comparison because beta had 2 more cards than alpha. It did. Okay, that's right. Okay, Crystal Rod just for fun. Crystal Rod, garbage uncommon. Beta $28, alpha $130. Cyclopean Tomb,
3,000 for the alpha versus under 500. So multiple of 5x for the alpha. Just going down here, let's look at Demonic Tutor. Demonic Tutor 900 versus 2,300. So you can see, folks, the average, you go to any alpha card, the average alpha card, it's going for 2, 3, 4, 5 times more than the average, than the beta version. Let's look at Drain Power. It's kind of a garbage rare. Garbage rare Drain Power, again, more than 5x. Drudge Skeletons, going for about 5 to 6x. Yeah, folks. So you get the picture here. You get the picture. Here in 2023, alpha cards are extraordinarily more expensive than beta cards. And as I showed you, it wasn't always the case. But today, 2023, any alpha card you choose, almost any alpha card you choose is going to be worth 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times or more than the beta equivalent. So that's where we are here in 2023.
So to recap, we've gone 1995, alpha cards and beta cards, roughly equivalent. 2009, alpha cards and beta cards, still roughly equivalent in value. To today, 2023, alpha cards soaring relative to beta. Alpha cards worth 2, 3, 4, 5, or even more times the price of the beta equivalent. So, in my mind, there's 2 questions to be answered. First question, why is it the case? It has something to do with playability. Players throughout Magic history have always wanted the beta card, and that's because the beta card has the same corners as every other feature set. So if you're playing cards, you definitely want the beta for your deck. Even if you have sleeves, you still want the alpha. It matches the other cards. It's just better aesthetic. But over time, the player influence has waned relative to the collector influence. Today, in the mind of most collectors, if you ask collectors, they'll give you the opinion. It is not a fact. It is an opinion that alpha cards are superior to beta cards. After all, alpha cards were first, right? Alpha cards must be better. I mean, beta cards are rare, and they're great, and they're awesome, and they're really cool, but alpha is number 1, according to collectors. So, if you look at the history of luxury objects, let's say, everybody wants the best. They don't want the second best. Everybody wants the Ferrari. They don't want the Porsche. Everybody wants the girl who's the 10. They don't want the girl who's the 9. And that goes for the alpha cards. Everybody wants the alpha cards. And no matter what the price is, whether the price is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times more than the beta, they'll still go for the alpha because they want the best. And to them, alpha represents the best. But now, the most important question. We saw what prices were in the past. The question is, where are prices going in the future? Where is the price of alpha going relative to the price of beta in the future? And that is the question we are going to answer here in this video series, Aspect of Alpha by Tommy Topdecker. And I will tell you one thing. I will give you a sneak preview of the upcoming 4 videos. In my opinion, the market is very distorted with alpha relative to beta. There is some huge distortion here. I believe the market is going to change considerably. If you go forward 10, 15, 20 years, I think you're going to see dramatic swings. I think there's a mispricement going on, some misattitude going on here, and it represents an opportunity for wise collectors to take advantage. So you stay tuned here, and you're going to get the full story. You are going to learn how, why, and the details here about where I think the price of alpha is going relative to the price of beta. All you need to do is sit back and watch Aspect of Alpha. So it's been me, Tommy Topdecker. It's been a pleasure to give you this part 1 of Aspect of Alpha, no second best. Because right now, according to collectors, alpha is the best, beta is the second best. But will that be true in the future? You stay tuned right here to Tommy Topdecker's Aspect of Alpha, Part 2, coming at you really soon. So once again, folks, it's been me, Tommy Topdecker, with Aspect of Alpha, signing off.